Michelle and welcome to my knitting channel, Stitching Stories, where I talk mostly about knitting, sometimes other things too. I first want to say thank you very much to everyone that watched my Twixmas videos, and thank you especially for those who commented. I really appreciate your comments. Welcome to everyone, to all the new subscribers, and please, if you're not subscribed yet, please do, to make sure that you don't miss anything. Okay, so I'm sitting outside today because it had a light drizzle this morning. It's still overcast, and but the sun is coming up, and I hope it's not going to be too bright or too hot before I finish. So let's see how far I can get quickly. Today is the 6th of January 2026. It's Tuesday and I'm going back to work in this week. But while I have the day off still and while the weather is so nice, I thought, maybe I must do this video quickly. Hey, so thanks for joining me today. I was thinking what I can call the series for this year. I was also thinking whether I'm going to have a word for the year, which has been a tradition in the knitting podcast world for some time now. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do a word of the year. I'm just going to embrace and take everything that comes, and not to try and prejudge and have expectations for this year. So that's me for 2026, and I thought of calling this series for this year something old, something new. Yeah, so from a knitting point of view for today, I'm only going to show you two items that I've been working on since you last saw me in Twixmas, and these two are the shawl and the I think it's called Switchback Shawl. I'll make sure about that, and if it's not right, I'll correct it in here, and I'll show you a picture like I most of the time do, and the pressed flowers cardigan. So let me show you the pressed flowers cardigan first. In the Twixmas series, I did show you the yarns, but I think the color will come out very nicely because I'm sitting outside. So let me show you. Which side, this side. Okay, so this is my version of the pressed flowers, and last time I was there where the stitch marker is, so I've knitted a flower and a half roundabout as from when you last saw this, and I think the colors are so nicely. So with the previous one that I did, I omitted the pull bumps on the front side, on the right side, and this time I read the pattern properly and I did it properly, and you can see it actually made the flowers as if it wants to be elevated. Is that the right word? And I think it's lovely. So just quickly, if you haven't watched the Twixmas video, will I send you back there or will I give it to you here quickly? I'll show you the yarns quickly. So this is the color work one, that is from Ducky Darlings, and this very nice, very dark brown is from Eastery, is a yarn creation specially dyed for me. So that is one of the ones that I'm going to carry on knitting on for this month. The other one is the switchback shawl. I'll put a picture in like I most of the time do, and this one made me think, you know, it's a perfect pattern if for scraps, if your leftovers is too much to do a Battenberg blanket. That's what I do with my smaller pieces, but you can also make it in a fade, and you can also make it not in a fade, if you understand what I'm saying. So here is how far I am. So So those red ones were there. From here, it's new that you haven't seen yet, and I just love that top one. Just see the yellow pieces in it. So the yarn that I'm using here is from Not a Habits, Socktober yarns, and I'm not using all the colors. I've rearranged them to make a fade, according to me, and I think they're going to be nice. It's really, really very nice. So just to show you that one that tickles me, this one. I want a jersey just like with these ones. I wonder whether it's possible. Okay, so this is a Kaiser base, of course, because it was October. This little label, it's not focusing. Anyway, I did try. Hey, I did try. And my main color is this yellow from Esther's Yarn Creations. That is from a artist, I think it's 2 years ago now, 3 years ago, I can't remember. Sorry, so sorry. I'm not a yellow person. I will never wear yellow just as is, but I think to have it in between another color, it's going to be perfect. It's really going to be nice. So I've made some changes to the pattern on this one, or I didn't follow pattern, let me rather put it that way. Because I've got 11, sorry, I just need to listen because I've got quite a lot to take into the house if it starts raining. I've got 11 colors that I want to work with, and the pattern only speaks to 6, except for the main color. So I casted on more stitches, and I also made my color a little bit deeper, longer. I added some rows to each color just to use a little bit more yarn to show off the yarns from Not a Habits. The other thing that ended up doing is, let me show you. So when I followed the pattern, I don't know whether you can see. So on the one side, this is happening, and on the other side, oops, let me try and hold it like this. This is happening. So on the decrease side, as per my understanding of the pattern, let me just put that disclaimer in because it could just be me or my knitting skill that's lacking, or sorry for the ends. I didn't do anything with the ends, but I didn't like what's happening to these slip stitches. I wonder whether you can really see it. So from this point onwards, I started to do an I-cord, and I think it's much neater. So what's your thoughts about that? So what I will do is, at the end, when I finish it, I will pick up my extra stitches that I've casted on for the I-cord, and I will take it to the tip, to the beginning point, that it looks all the same, but I'm not going to worry about it right away. So those were my changes that I've made. Let me know whether you've knitted this pattern ever, and whether you also had thoughts about that 1 degree side, or is it just me maybe making it too loose? I don't know. Please give me your thoughts. Okay, so for the series to be something old, something new, I had to bring in something old, and unfortunately I haven't knit on it at all yet. As soon as I finish the shawl, I will pick up the something old, and I really hope to finish this early in January, let's say before the 15th, because the stitches are getting less. Hey, let's see what happens. So my something old will be this one. I just want to show you the right side, this one, because I've got, I think the bigger pieces are like done already, so in my mind it's nearly finished. I would love to have it for the winter. Yeah, let me get this one done too. So that's something old. So any news? Do you've got any news? Do you've got any plans for 2026? Please share in the comments on this video if what you plan to knit. Hojas. And what you plan to knit, and whether you've got other plans for the year. I would love to see your pattern names that you are busy with, or that you are planning to knit, or on your wish list for this year. Some people do the knit 9 in a year. If I plan stuff that detailed, okay, how must I put this now? Knitting is my hobby. My work is very scheduled, very detailed, very organized, very timeline driven. So in my knitting as my hobby, I don't want to put that on myself. So yeah, so we'll just see what happens. Okay, so I hope to see you before the end of January and show you some progress. And I would love to read your comments. Please share what you're doing. And yeah, and then wishes for 2026. I wish you a beautiful year filled with fun and laughter and positive things. And you know what? Sometimes the world outside could be very negative, but as long as we try and look out and encourage the positive things within ourselves and within our house, it does make things better. It does make it feel better. Yeah, it doesn't resolve everything that's going wrong, but at least you feel safe, and you feel positive, and you feel good. Okay, so I'm not going to preach to you today. I just want to wish you all the best for 2026 and happy knitting. And please comment. I would love to interact with you. Okay, see you soon. Bye.